And what is up, gang? Thank you for checking out Sledgehammer TV tonight. It is Monday night, February the 26th, 2018, and we are here to talk about tonight's absolutely ridiculous rendition of Monday Night Raw from Anaheim, California, and we are going to talk about it right here and right now on the newest, fastest wrestling podcast in all of YouTube, baby, the one and only Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. Let's do it.
The Sledgehammer Wrestling Show.
Alright, wrestling fans, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Nick Nightmare. Along with me, as always, is my trusty companion, my loyal tag team partner, and most importantly, the World Heavyweight Champion of Microphones, Blue the Snowball, and we are here to bring the hammer down on Monday Night Raw. This post-Elimination Chamber episode was supposed to feature Roman Reigns in a face-to-face encounter with the Beast Brock Lesnar, and I have got to give credit where credit is due. This is an absolute fucking masterstroke of brilliance by Vince McMahon. If you don't think that Vince McMahon is listening to the fans, this move, although it seems that he's not listening by pushing Roman Reigns, is clear indication that he is, because there are two very big complaints that we in the wrestling community as fans have right now in the world of professional wrestling. One is Roman Reigns. Nobody wants to see him being pushed. Nobody wants to see him as champion. Everything that we all know and dislike about the big dog, we're not going to go too far into it because we all know where it's at, right? But then you got the second biggest complaint is actually Brock Lesnar. Why? Not because Brock Lesnar isn't awesome, not because he isn't a beast, it's because he isn't fucking here, ever. And the WWE and Vince McMahon had the balls to put the Universal Championship on this man, a championship title you are trying to get over. And the best way you could think of to get this championship over is to actually not have it around? Does that make sense to you? No. So coming around to where we are at right now, it is actually a stroke of genius, because a lot of us are sick and tired of seeing Brock Lesnar holding the championship. We're calling him a BS champion. He's never around. He never defends the title. He's wrestled less time in the last 3 years combined than Seth Rollins has last week on Monday Night Raw. Right? Master stroke of brilliance. You had Roman Reigns come out and do this kayfabe, this very, very scripted pipe bomb type of promo on Brock Lesnar. Hey, listen, I'm not, they're not going to like this in the back, but I'm not going to stay quiet about this. I'm going to say what I got to say. I'm not going to pull no punches. I'm the big dog, and they ain't going to like this, and I'm going to take my lumps. When you have to say that they're not going to like this in the back, and then conclude it with, well, I'm going to go back there and take my lumps like a man because I shouldn't have said what I just said. Do you think for 1 minute, if he was saying anything that they truly didn't want said, they wouldn't have cut his mic a la CM Punk back in 2007, 6, whenever it was that we got the actual pipe bomb? Huh? Come on. Let's be real, everybody. There was absolutely nothing real about that promo, but by having Roman Reigns echo the sentiments of the most hardcore fan who is sick and tired of the Universal Championship being held hostage by Brock Lesnar, who doesn't come to play, you are effectively making all of us choose a side. Do you fall down on the side of, would you rather have Roman at least be the champion and have the belt on the show? A full-time performer who's there all the time and doesn't miss a show and everything that comes with that, yada, 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 All the things he was spouting off about himself. He's here. He doesn't miss a show. Brock Lesnar doesn't make any shows. And he has the championship. So, if you're a fan, what are you going to choose? Whose side are you going to be on? The guy that's going to be around? Or a guy that was just having lunch with Dana White and negotiating on a new UFC contract as he might be taking a leave of absence in a little while? Why don't you just give away the WrestleMania main event even more? As if we don't already know Roman's going to win. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? I cannot believe how many yokels I saw eating this shit up. People that I respect. People that I tune to and turn to for news and for opinions that I can usually count on to give me a reality check here and there, or to bring me back down to earth. These guys are eating this shit up. I'm not going to drop names because I don't need any stupid YouTube nonsense, because it's not about that. It's not that I don't respect them anymore. I just can't believe the response and how many people, oh, that was the best promo he's ever cut. Was it a good promo? Absolutely it was. Was there anything real about it? No. If this was the plan all along for Vince, and that was the reason why he's given it to Brock and had it stay away all this time, maybe he was counting on the fans to get mad that the title wasn't around so that he could finally, after 3 years, have a platform to launch the man he wants to be the face of his company. You guys, it's all a sham. It's all ending, and it's all pushing towards the same agenda. And if you are blind to that, then there is no helping you. There is no hope for you. If you're sitting there hanging on the balls of Vince McMahon right now, getting ready to jump on the Roman train just because you don't want to see Brock be the champion anymore, you're already an idiot, because you should already know that Roman's winning. He's winning. He's been planned to win this match for years. There is no extra added drama to this because Roman Reigns wants to air some dirty laundry about the Beast. Essentially, he did the exact same thing that The Rock did. We've seen this before. This is nothing new. Once in a lifetime, right? What was John Cena's platform? The Rock comes in and he takes the spotlight. He plugs his new movie. Everybody loves him. Everybody loves The Rock. But then he goes away and he's not here. The only difference being The Rock wasn't the champion at the time when Cena dropped that promo and everybody was all, ooh, John Cena's calling out The Rock. And now everybody's over here, ooh, Roman Reigns used the word bitch on Monday Night Raw. Holy shit, let's shoot the fireworks. We're going blue on Monday Night Raw. Not blue, you blue, but blue, the color blue, when you speak using vulgarity. You know what it means. This hammer is swinging with a mission tonight, you guys, because I just am not fooled. I am not going to be blinded and not going to be enticed by a forced, scripted pipe bomb promo that I've already seen. It's just a rehash of something that worked once before. It's not going to work on me. If you're going to allow it to work on you, so be it. Enjoy WrestleMania 34. Enjoy Roman Mania. I'm not going to enjoy it. We already know what's going to happen. And the best thing that could have happened with this match was having the insertion of Seth Rollins into a triple threat to have an actual rematch from what happened at WrestleMania 31 when Seth Rollins cashed in the Money in the Bank. I would have been all for that. At that case, I don't even care who wins as long as it's not Brock. It could be Seth, it could be Roman, but we would get a triple threat match that would probably be, no, most definitely be 100% better than this one-on-one match that we've all been dreading for the last year already. And the WWE just will hold strong, and they think they have the magic formula now with this anti-Brock thing they're going to do, like it's going to mean anything. It doesn't. Don't get caught up. Seth Rollins got caught up tonight. Seth Rollins got caught up into a little bit of action with The Miz. Kurt Angle is apparently losing his friggin' mind. Okay? Kurt Angle had the Intercontinental Champion defend his title. I'm sorry, not defend his title. He had 2 non-title matches that each of these matches will have implications onto when he defends his title at WrestleMania and who it will be against. This whole segment comes to a start with The Miz coming out with the microphone. Of course, right? You got The Miz, he's going to talk some shit. And essentially, I love The Miz, but this is the same exact promo we've been getting every single week. The Miz essentially said nothing. He just took up time. The one thing he did say that had any interest to me was how angry he was that he wasn't being respected, and that might. You got might. I might tell you who your opponents are. Might is the best you got for the Intercontinental Champion. I kind of agreed with him and gave him a little head nod right there when I was watching. I was like, yeah, you know what? You got a point there, Miz. But who cares? Who cares? What happened to #1 contenders matches? What happened to everybody having a place and people earning a spot and earning a chance to fight the champion? We've got 6 weeks till WrestleMania. 6 weeks, you guys. You're already going to put the Intercontinental Championship match together, and there it is, done. Seth Rollins is laying down the challenge after the match because he beats The Miz. Then Kurt Angle wants to fuck around again. He lets Finn Balor go out there and challenge The Miz as well to earn his chance at the Intercontinental Championship also, I guess. I don't know, because nothing was made very clear. Everything was pretty much if, ands, and maybes with Kurt Angle tonight. Everything was maybe. Well, maybe you'll be in the Intercontinental Championship. Maybe you guys will be at WrestleMania. You both won. Maybe. Are you kidding me? What the hell does the WWE have against Kurt Angle? Why are they making him look like such a blithering moron? I said it on the Elimination Chamber review last night. He just looks like a dumbass. We'll get more into that with the whole Ronda Rousey thing that closed this show. We're not really going in order. We're spouting off because this show was nothing. This was essentially a 3-hour show of everybody coming out saying absolutely nothing. And here we are. Nobody said anything. We had a couple of decent performances in matches that really shouldn't have been happening because the Intercontinental Champion was pinned twice tonight. Twice in one night. So how good of an Intercontinental Champion is he? The Miz wants to bring up being respected like Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. This would have never happened to these guys. What is Kurt Angle doing? What does Kurt Angle have against The Miz? Why is this happening? There is no better way you could have thought up to come up with a contender for the Intercontinental Championship. Maybe a series of matches over the next 6 weeks leading to a conclusion. No more of this multi-man match bullshit that's just killing the whole entire show for everybody. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. You have the prime opportunity to just take one of these guys, put them in the main event, and fix the main event, and then take the other and give them the Intercontinental Championship. And instead, you're going to take the 2 prime candidates to do both of those things and just add them into one thing, instead of spreading them throughout the card where they can be of much greater use. We all know The Miz isn't walking out with the Intercontinental Championship after WrestleMania. His child is being born that weekend. If you don't think he's going to take some time off to be with the baby, you're out of your mind. They all do it. It's perfectly timed. In fact, I actually thought The Miz wouldn't even be at WrestleMania because the child's due date is actually the day before, I believe, WrestleMania, or the day after. He runs the risk of not even being able to see his own child being born, which is absolutely terrible if he is booked in WrestleMania. Do not be surprised if somehow The Miz loses the title before we even make it to WrestleMania, and we end up having Finn Balor and maybe Seth Rollins go one-on-one for the IC strap, considering the tension that they had upon passing each other during entrance and exit in their respective matches. I just didn't like how they had the champion beat to determine contenders. You know we complain about that on this show. If you're a fan of my show, you knew that was coming, because I hate when the champions are pinned on Raw to lose to establish somebody's challenging of them. Just rubs me the wrong way. You know what else rubbed me the wrong way? The entire women's segment on this evening. From the start to the finish. You guys listen. I am an Alexa Bliss guy. I love Alexa Bliss. You know that. You've seen I got like 4 t-shirts. She's hanging out over here. My little pop over here. I love Alexa Bliss. She's my favorite female wrestler right now. She's absolutely one of the best. If you don't see that, then you don't understand what it takes to actually be a wrestler. It takes more than just wrestling ability. She's got character. She has charisma. She has star power. She has athleticism. She's got sex appeal. And she can talk on the mic. However, tonight, she did not do a good job of that. She essentially bored everybody for about 10 minutes just talking about nothing. This show, everybody said nothing. There was nothing that mattered that she said. She just reiterated everything that we saw last night. Mickie James is with her for some reason. Apparently, Mickie James is a heel now. When did that happen? Did that happen in the chamber at some point? Did I miss something last night? What the hell is Mickie James hanging out with Alexa Bliss for anyway? She's been a thorn in her side since she returned back to the WWE. And now she's going to be aligned with her and Nia Jax as well? We're going to have trios on Monday Night Raw now, besides just Absolution? Thank God we didn't see them tonight. I was glad. My stomach was glad we didn't have to deal with any crap solution tonight. But the rest of this women's thing on this evening was garbage. Alexa's just talking and talking. She's giving friggin' respect to Mickie James, and then she's talking trash about Asuka, and then of course Asuka comes out, and all I'm saying to myself is, please don't talk, please don't speak. We already seen what happens there. Don't speak. I know just what you're saying. Don't do it. Don't do it. It ruins her character. It takes the luster and the shine off the appeal of the Empress of Tomorrow. Just keep your mouth shut and go out there and kick ass. Right? So that's what we all expect to happen. But of course, Nia Jax comes out. She gets involved. And then we get Bayley and Sasha Banks. The two people that just turned on each other last night. We all thought Sasha Banks turned heel last night when she threw Bayley off the top of the pod, the Elimination Chamber pod, like Scar did to Mufasa off the Lion King. Off the mountain in the Lion King, rather. We all seen that, right? We all seen the tension between the two after that, right? We seen that happened, right? Why are they running out as friends tonight? I don't give a shit that during the 6-woman tag, what else were they going to do? They don't know what else to do. They don't do anything else. But I don't care that during what was going on in the match, Bayley decides that she's not going to accept the tag from Sasha Banks. She leaves Sasha hanging on the tag. And she's standing out there like, yeah, what, bitch? Look what you did last night. This is what I'm doing to you. I'm not bailing you out. Even though I'm Bayley. Bayley don't bail bosses out. And that's not what I'm going to do. So now I'm sitting here like, wait. Is Bayley turning heel? And Sasha's going to be... Is that dynamic even going to work? I don't know. I just was very confused. This on again, off again within 24 hours happened about like 4 or 5 times, right? In the last couple of weeks anyway. Move it along. How are they running out side by side as friends tonight? Why did either one of them give a shit about what happens to Asuka? They were both just trying to kill each other to get a shot at the championship, to get the championship to fight Asuka. They shouldn't care about what's happening to Asuka. Asuka shouldn't be being put in the positions that she's being put in. Constantly getting beat down now by Nia Jax. Does it matter that Asuka's team won? No! Because this match shouldn't have even taken place. Another useless 6-woman tag team match. We're going to see it again next week. Or maybe we'll see a tag team match, and it'll be 2-on-2 with the third partner on the outside, right? At least it'll be different. Essentially, it's still the same. All 6 women crammed into one segment because they don't have the frame of mind or the creative ability to pepper them throughout the show over the months and not overexpose everybody. Why do you think everybody's getting sick of Alexa Bliss? Why do you think a lot of people are turning on the champ? If you watch social media, you see a lot of people getting down on Alexa Bliss. They say she's done nothing. They say she hasn't defended the championship. And if you are among any of those people, the only people you have to blame is the WWE. You can't blame Alexa for not being booked in matches. It's not her fault that they're not making her look like as good of a champion as Charlotte. And on that note, on the Blue brand, they're overexposing their champion to nauseam. Charlotte Flair is on every single week, the only woman truly getting any attention, defending her championship at every turn. And on this Monday Night Raw side, we barely, if ever, get to see Alexa. Think about when they were building up towards the first ever Women's Royal Rumble. Most of the weeks, Alexa was sitting at commentary. Sitting there adding to the booth. Actually taking away from the booth. Come on. What are they doing with the women? They don't know. And to infuriate me even more, this whole thing seems to be pointing in the direction that the road to WrestleMania for the Raw Women's Championship is going to be with Alexa Bliss facing Asuka, and I don't want that. I don't want to see that. Does anybody believe at all that Alexa Bliss is going to be a viable contender to Asuka at all? Do you believe that? I don't believe that. I absolutely do not believe that. That is not going to happen. Nobody's ready for Asuka, so essentially it doesn't matter who's going to be across the ring from her, but that is not the match that you want for Asuka's first WrestleMania. No disrespect to Little Miss Bliss. It just needs to be a little bit more epic. And unless the WWE has this grandiose plan on how to build Alexa into this unbelievable goddess that they want us to believe that she is over the next 6 weeks, none of this is going to work. And the only way that's going to work is by making her assert her dominance over Asuka, making Asuka look like the underdog, which is not believable. The whole thing with Asuka and Charlotte was the way to go. I don't remember Asuka ever coming out and making the announcement that she's going to fight the Raw Women's Champion. Is that decision essentially still up in the air? I don't know. Nothing is being made clear. And that's driving me even more crazy as well. Another thing that drove me crazy tonight was the fact that we got a 2 out of 3 falls match with Titus Worldwide and The Bar. I was pissed off enough with the match last night. Now we're getting 2 out of 3 falls. These guys, Titus and Apollo, have now lost for the second time in their attempt at gaining the Raw Tag Team Championship, and you are rewarding their failures with a 2 out of 3 falls match for the Raw Tag Team Championships. Where does that make sense? How does anybody justify that? A rematch clause? How do you get a rematch for a rematch? Without doing anything. Where was the revival? Where were Gallows and Anderson after they bailed out Finn Balor from the Miztourage? Where did they go? Why don't they challenge for the championships? Why aren't the tag teams getting involved in the tag team storylines? Why is it the same thing we saw last night, which is the same thing we saw last Monday, which is the same thing we saw at the last pay-per-view? Hammer down! Jesus, you guys. I want to bring the hammer down even more on all of you nimrods out there that actually believed for any momentary second that John Cena's not fighting The Undertaker. You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. The mere fact that they mentioned it tonight means that it's going to happen. John Cena would have never even said The Undertaker's names to tease the world if it wasn't already a signed and done deal. WWE is going to make you wait for this one. The most obvious thing outside of Roman and Brock that we all already know is coming, they're going to tease us with it. They're going to make it like we don't know it's coming, right? We know what's coming. We knew it was coming for weeks. We've been talking about it here on Sledgehammer TV for weeks. John Cena versus The Undertaker. It's an inevitability. The match will build itself. It doesn't need this unnecessary pre-match drama. Doesn't need it. John Cena trying to find his road to WrestleMania. Now he's going to go and ruin SmackDown tomorrow night. What is he going to do? Is he going to try to find his way into the WWE Heavyweight Championship match? Is he going to answer Bobby Roode's open challenge for the United States Championship and maybe take it from him and try to do that? No. No. The only good thing I could see coming out of any of this is if you guys know your wrestling history, and it's a pretty recent history, you will remember The Undertaker saying that SmackDown is his home. And that SmackDown better protect themselves against Monday Night Raw during that whole Raw versus SmackDown thing from either last year or 2 years ago. I forget how long ago it was. But The Undertaker was digging holes and taking souls again on SmackDown Live. And then he disappeared till WrestleMania as usual. So it would be interesting to see if Cena's out there tomorrow spouting the same bunch of nothing, because Cena essentially came out and said nothing we haven't heard him say before. I would have been more interested if he actually did come out and was all sad and despondent like we seen him on Raw Talk last night following the Elimination Chamber. But instead we got normal Cena. Oh, I was sad for 5 minutes and then I became Super Cena again and I'm awesome now. And I know exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm going to challenge The Undertaker. And they told me I can't do it. So now I'm going to go to SmackDown and figure out another way to WrestleMania. That's what he said tonight. It's just a tease, you guys. John Cena versus The Undertaker. Loser retires. Will be the stipulation. Loser leaves WWE. Loser retires, however they want to word it. That's what's going down. Don't deny it. Don't be fooled by their trying to be creative on a storyline that doesn't need them to try to be creative. This is a story that sells itself. Everybody who's anybody knows the story. I just laid it out to you. Unbelievable. What else happened on this show before we talk about the whole Ronda Rousey situation? I mean, we already kind of talked about that. But the rest of this show was nonsense. Braun Strowman versus Elias. Did you care? I didn't really care. It wasn't too bad. But the match ends with Elias blowing Braun Strowman in the face with a fire extinguisher, getting disqualified, and then Strowman chasing him out of the arena screaming, "I'm not finished with you." Are we getting Braun Strowman versus Elias being built up as a special attraction match? No, but I will say that I expect Braun Strowman and both Elias to be inserted into the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Because where else are you going to put Elias at this point? Where else can you put Braun Strowman, if not with Rousey? You're not putting him in the Intercontinental Championship hunt. You're not putting him in the WWE title picture. Where else is there for Braun Strowman to go? You got the Andre the Giant documentary coming out a couple of weeks after WrestleMania. It would be a great way to give him the rub. Everybody said it. I'm going to add my name to that list. It's the best, most logical way to book Braun Strowman for WrestleMania, and the best thing they could do is actually make it count this year. Make it count for something. Get him to the Universal Championship thanks to his victory at the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal somehow. Somehow. Even if by him just winning that grants him a #1 contendership match with somebody else, which he will easily win, and then we can have Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns by SummerSlam, and then maybe get that belt off of the big dog and on the guy who should have been holding the championship this whole entire year. No exceptions. What did we miss, you guys? I don't think we missed much of anything else. There was not much else to talk about. Monday Night Raw was very lackluster. The whole Ronda Rousey thing, man, it's just a waste. It really is a waste. It's a complete and total waste of Ronda Rousey. And then you want to have Stephanie McMahon come out, right? And she's doing her whole boss lady thing. And she gets Kurt Angle to apologize. Kurt Angle, continuing his streak of being a blithering idiot, is standing in the middle of the ring. And he apologizes to Stephanie McMahon. Tells Ronda Rousey everything was fake. Says, no, I had a double case of the flu, of pneumonia. What's double pneumonia? Why not give him triple pneumonia? Does that even exist? Double pneumonia. Just go with the flu. Why are you trying to be extra creative in parts where you don't need to be creative? Just say he got the flu. Everybody got the goddamn flu this year. It's the most rampant virus in the world right now. The whole goddamn world is sick with the flu. Does anybody else going out there and having delusions? Hearing things that they're not hearing? No. Only Kurt Angle, apparently. Blithering idiot. I cannot say it enough. Made him look like an absolute jerk-off once again. And what was this all for? For nothing. Everybody went out there and said nothing. The only person that said anything worth anything was actually Ronda Rousey, who's not very good on the mic, yet she'll probably get there. It was much bigger strides tonight made from last night, because last night she must have been nervous as shit, but she shook some of those nerves tonight, and she delivered, kind of. She's got to enunciate, she's got to speak from the chest, you know what I mean? Say it with your chest, woman, because, you know, we can't hear you. You got a microphone right here, and you're talking like this. Get it out there, lady. Huh. Put a little oomph in your numph. I don't know what a numph is. I just made it up. But I was trying to rhyme something, and it worked. I like it. Put a little oomph in your numph. I think maybe that'll be a slogan for the show. Let me know if you like that down in the comments down below as we're starting to wrap this one up, because there's not really much else to say. Ronda Rousey got an apology from Stephanie McMahon, essentially making everything that happened yesterday and everything that happened tonight mean nothing. Mean nothing. Ronda Rousey threatened to rip Stephanie McMahon's arm off. Everybody in the crowd's like, rip it off. Stephanie gets mad and then goes up all tough and rough and is like, oh, I'm so sorry. Really? I would have much rathered her do her Stephanie McMahon thing there. There was the part for her to be like, I don't apologize. I'm Stephanie McMahon. I'm your boss. I don't have to apologize. It doesn't matter if I was wrong or right. I don't do apologies. And then let Ronda go to do something. Maybe Kurt gets involved, and then Triple H can sock him in the mouth. But instead, you have this ridiculous back and forth. Everybody ends peacefully, and then as they're walking out, Triple H sucker punches Kurt Angle right in the face for absolutely no reason other than the fact that everything Kurt Angle said tonight is a complete lie, and everything that he said yesterday is supposedly the truth. What are we watching? What the hell are we watching, you guys? I don't like to complain about wrestling. I don't have this channel to complain about wrestling. It's not what we do. We bring the hammer down when it's needed. Sometimes I will like to leave this hammer on the desk and not have to raise it when I talk about WWE. But they don't give me any reason to leave the hammer down. There is one other thing that we're almost leaving out. And the reason why I remembered is because of this hammer. Because I wanted to smash myself in the head with this hammer when we got to Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt, for some god unknown reason, tonight had a match with Heath fucking Slater. Heath Slater. That makes perfect sense, right? And he's got Rhino on the outside. Bray Wyatt comes down and flips his lid, loses his absolute mind, takes out Heath Slater, takes out Rhino. The match never gets started. It gets thrown out, and then we come back to Bray Wyatt sitting in the corner, doing his Bray Wyatt thing now, saying he's not done with Woken Matt Hardy, saying they will face again, and all this other shit. Like I said, Bray Wyatt, another name we could add to the list tonight that said absolutely nothing with his words. No reason for you guys to care about what's to come. For a moment, I thought maybe he was going to allude to the next confrontation being something greater than what we've been seeing. Maybe by him saying, I'm coming for you, Matt Hardy, he should have said, I'm going to find you. You know, maybe tease the fact that we're going to do some more entertaining, some more kind of horror movie, B-movie-ish stuff. That's what the Broken Universe was all about. I think it will make Bray Wyatt excel. If you take the handcuffs off and let these guys just go out there and tear it up with their fucking craziness, that's what we all wanted to see. But instead, we are still getting this WWE-ized version of the Broken Universe, and nothing matters. Nothing matters. Bray Wyatt lost last night. He has a match tonight against a lower mid-carder, and that's being nice about it, because, you know, Heath Slater's essentially a jobber. He's like that Brooklyn Brawler level jobber. We don't need him around, but he's around to lose to people on nights like tonight, when they need him to be absolutely destroyed to get somebody over. In this case, that somebody is Bray Wyatt. Why are you trying to reestablish Bray Wyatt's dominance when we just seen him lose to the guy he's been fighting? Like, it just doesn't make sense. These are the things you do with a character before you place them into a storyline, so that you feel that that character is a threat, so that you have a reason to invest yourself and say, hey, I like this guy, or hey, I don't like this guy. The WWE gives us no reason to do that with anybody anymore. They're failing miserably with Matt Hardy. The fact that I could care less about anything going on between these two guys, when if you go check out any of the videos we made when this was just speculation, I was so hyped about the fact that the Eater of Worlds was going to face the broken brilliance of broken Matt Hardy. It was going to be amazing, and all these wonderful words we were saying is going to be wonderful, right? It's been absolutely awful. Awful. Sleep-inducing. Coma-inducing awful. Bray Wyatt versus Heath Slater. You wonder why I almost forgot. Thank you to the Hammer for making me want to bash my brains in and remembering that stupid match. Other than that, you guys, if I forgot anything and you want to know what I think about it, you just hit me up in the comments below. I will talk about it with you. I'll make a separate video if you want. I don't care. See, because tonight, Monday Night Raw has got me all hammer waving crazy, and I don't even care. I don't even care. I'd rather walk with Elias any day of the week. That's what I would do. And I'm bringing your attention to my little signs here. This isn't like what WWE's doing with the graphic shit up in your face. You know, popping and being all distracting. This is just, you know, something we wanted to do to make sure you guys are paying attention. Because every day there will be something different on this board. And if you want to hashtag it down below to make sure that I know that you've seen it, you can do that as well. That's going to do it, you guys. That's your Monday Night Raw review. Like I said, if I missed anything, feel free to call me out on it, because I don't care. The road to WrestleMania has been paved with manure. It's just covered in absolutely stinky, corn-filled, disgusting, oat-covered shit. I don't know why it's covered in oats and filled with corn. Maybe it's really horse shit. I don't know. But I'm walking down this road to WrestleMania, and I want to throw up already. Why we're not making changes to right the ship, I don't know. They are essentially making things worse with every single show we see. God knows what's going to happen with John Cena last night. I hope I'm wrong on all accounts, except for maybe The Undertaker will show up on Tuesday night, as he did not show up tonight, much to the chagrin of many of these people. You guys can see I'm a little out of sorts right now. I got my adrenaline pumping. I'm opening sodas. I'm not taking sips. I'm all over the place. See what happened when I put the hammer down? I got all goofy. But you know what? Sometimes goofy is good. And after a night like tonight where my head's all rattled, I have no choice but to be this goofy version of myself. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. My name is Nick Nightmare. This is Blue the Snowball Microphone, my best friend, my loyal companion, and the World Heavyweight Champion of Microphones. Do not forget, you guys, if this has been your first foray onto this channel and you are not subscribed yet, make sure you do that right now. Hit that subscribe button for me. Become a member of the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show family. Join us here on Sledgehammer TV as we continue to rise the ranks in YouTube to become the biggest, newest, fastest rising podcast in all of YouTube. And I want to thank you guys so much for being a part of it. It is you guys that make the difference. Without you, there is no me. So please, the more we can get, the bigger I can get. And the bigger I get, the bigger you get. Because we are a family, and maybe we get big enough, we can start making enough noise to make some changes in the world of pro wrestling. Maybe not the WWE, but we can make enough noise somewhere that somebody's going to hear us, because we need to take over. That is the mission, and you are the most important part of that. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget also to smash that thumbs up for all my enthusiasm tonight and my craziness. That thumbs up deserves to be pushed. I'm sure you guys are still with me on this one all the way down here at 41 minutes. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Share this video with all your wrestling buddies. Don't forget to also subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook. We're going to get out of here before we keep jammering on, because this outro has just gone off the rails. And we're going to pick it back up tomorrow night for our SmackDown Live review. This has been the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, only on Sledgehammer TV right here on YouTube.com. That is going to do it, and we are out of here, and we will see you next time right here. And hopefully my brain functions a little bit better on the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show on Sledgehammer TV. Good night, you guys. I need to get some sleep. 3 hours of sleep is just not enough. Not enough.